On today's Infinite Galaxy video, Syracuse Lucky Wheel is upon us, and even though it looks like there is a Cyclops in here, we're actually hunting yet again for Oddyseus blueprint fragments. In this video, 180 spins. Hopefully we can get our Oddyseus leveled up. So sit back, don't forget to slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube Galactic Gecko, back at you from space or on Earth, whatever the heck I say at this point. In today's video, nothing beyond, 180 beautiful spins of the Syracuse wheel. We're about to do this 102 times, I believe, or 100 times, and then in the next day, another 80 times. And what we're chasing after is indeed the blueprint fragments of the Oddyseus, which we right now will hold at rank 6, and we have 542 of these blueprints to start off with. We only need about 108 for this for the level up to rank 7. Can we get it to rank 8 though? That's probably a no, but it would be crazy if somehow we get it done. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start spinning. For the record, we got this bundle which looks really dope. We're about to buy it up in a little bit after we spin, because we got the necessary corium to start the spins. So here we go. I'm going to keep track for you guys of everything we get, with the exception of the types of speed ups. Just, I guess, speed ups. I'm not keeping too much of an eye on that, but we are keeping track on the resources, on the blueprint fragments we pick up, and everything along the way. And so let's get us another 50%er. Maybe we can drop a 20 early. Ooh, that was close. Titanium. Okay. Now, this event is actually one of the best events to spend corium on, for not only these blueprints, which are going to advance your flagship quite drastically, but also I've been getting like ridiculous amounts of resources, and you get ridiculous amounts of resources from the spins. And so I've been finding myself with the big resource tiles every time from spinning the wheel. And I mean, it's been a very, very good little boost to the resources. So far, 16 blueprints so far, some speed ups, some titanium, and that's all she wrote. So at this point, we're getting tons of titanium, which is not good nor bad. I could definitely use a little bit more diversification, especially the 20. Yes! Yes! Starting strong, baby. Let's go. Not even, what are we, 12 spins in and already hit a 20. Oh, man. I thought we were going to hit it again. I was like, no way. No way we do the back-to-backers. And at this point, I can maybe plasma, baby. Let's go. I can maybe see a scenario in which we maybe, just maybe, somehow manage to get a double rank up, which would be insane. We have a long way to go, and let's not hold our breath for that one. I'll take the gold chest. Let's not hold our breath for that one, but oh my goodness gracious. Couple more 20s, baby, and we are on the road. And so another 4, this would be 24, or 6 times the 4 has landed. Make that 7 times, and keep spinning, baby. We got a few more spins to go. We'll get the extra rewards as well. There's the 2000 flagship XP, which I actually really need. I ran out of, leveled up a bunch of flagships, and now we need more of those. 8 of the 4s so far. That's not bad. Another nickel. Nickel's okay. Plasma nickel, always good. Titanium I need, and deuterium I kind of don't really need too much of, but nonetheless, we'll take it. There's no such thing as too many resources per se. There's our first deuterium of this wheel, and it's followed up by the 7th titanium we've opened. We've spun so far in about 32 spins. Plasma, baby. Here we go. That's what we want. We want a lot of that plasma. We want a lot of those 20s. You know what I'm saying? There's the 4, though, greeting us with the 10th presence in the spin. Make that 11. Good Lord. 64 from spinning alone. Make that 68 right now. And blueprint fragments, make that 72. 72 out of 37 is odds that I am liking to see. I am liking to see if we get that on top of the bonuses from spinning the wheel. We're gonna get a pretty big, oh my goodness, amount of blueprints. Give me another 20, baby. You can't just pass by the 20 like that. At least the 4 is like a consolation 1/5 of what was supposed to drop. And there comes another one of those, and they're just coming in. 16 times we've hit this thing already. The 4 times blueprint, Oddyseus blueprint, and nickel. We're about at 1 million nickel from this wheel so far. Come on, baby. Hit us with some good stuff. Hit us with some good stuff. I want to see that 20. I want to see those plasmas more. Maybe a little bit of a gold chest. Maybe a little bit of flagship XP, the 2000 flagship XP. I'll take it. I'll definitely... I'm in need of that. But we're here for blueprint fragments. So as long as we keep hitting that, I'm okay with that too. 180 times 4. We'd be in a really good shape. Even if only 100 hit times 4. There's the 2K. And so far, I mean, we have hit that 4 times, now 21 out of 52 times, which is, it's insane. Make it 22. We've been hitting that big time. Some nickel love. Bam, some speed ups. We've been hitting the speed ups here and there, 10-hour speed ups here and there. We gotta get that too, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that we aren't hitting it as much. Oh my goodness gracious. 24th time. We have gotten the 4. Make it 25. 25 out of 62. That is cray. With another plasma to make things even better. The 2000 XP. The 2000 flagship XP. I'll take you. A little bit of crew member XP as well. Cruise ship. 500k plasma so far spun in 62 spins. And 104 blueprints out of 67 spins. That is, we're keeping up well. We're keeping up really well. We can use, and that's only from the 4s, by the way. We still have another 20 that we hit once already. So, oh boy, this is going up real fast. Let's keep going a little bit more. We got 28 more spins to go. We're not going to spin 28. We're going to spin 25, and then tomorrow. Yes, there's another 20, baby. Let's go. Our second 20 spin, and it followed by another 4. Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, this half is unbelievable. We've been hitting well. I don't know. We've been hitting well. I'm not going to go too hyped about it. But we're going to spin in to 25. We're not going to do the 3 times individuals. It's just not worth it. We can spin tomorrow an even number in jumps of 5 and then have a couple of extra spins. I'd rather have that than spend a full money on the spin. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. But maybe what I said just doesn't make sense. It's just cheaper to do it this way and get a perfect number. There's another 20 people. Let's go. Our third 20 so far. Oh boy. Oh boy, we're getting blueprints. Oh boy, we're getting blueprints. That's... Oh. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. But oh, that's the 4th 20 we hit in 82 spins. Add to that another 2, 4, 6, 32 times the 4. Make that 33. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hate when it does that. And that's my luck too. I always hit the one before and the one after. That's the gecko luck right there. 10 more spins. 10 more spins, baby. Can we hit the 20 again? No, we hit the titanium. I thought we're hitting it. And there comes some plasma, which I definitely want. 700k plasma out of all of our spins so far. Make that 800k. Heck yeah. Bring on that plasma, baby. Another 4 blueprints. And what else we got left in the juice here? That's about that. Final 5 spins for this half. And then for you guys, it's going to be just a quick transition. But we're going to tomorrow spin again. And we're going to go all the way to 180. Before we do that, though, you know what? Let's leave the extra chests and everything for the end of the video. Just click them all in a row. They'll stay there in one night. They'll be all right there for one night. The final 5 spins were not too amazing. The worst 5 spins we've had so far. But just to give you a little bit of context, out of 97 spins, we picked up an astonishing 34 hits on the 4, which is 100 and what? 100 and the 4, 36, 136, right? 132? 132, right? No, 136. So we hit 136 only from that. Add to that 80 from the 20s. So we are pretty much at the 200 mark, 200 plus mark. And we still have pretty much the same amount of spins tomorrow. And add to that, on top of all of this, the extra bonuses. I mean, we might somehow, some way end up with a rank 8, rank 7, rank 8. What are we? Rank 7, 8, whatever. Tomorrow? Well, we'll see in a moment. For you guys, well, thankfully we managed to save the footage because, man, my camera goofed. And, well, we're going to have to react post-spins to this wheel, which I kind of held back a little bit on posting this video. This is, as you see, from the beginning of the month. But I knew that there was going to be, I hoped that there's going to be a little bit of a change on the wheel so we can do a back-to-back videos comparison. So stay tuned for that. But turns out the new wheel is very different. And so look forward for that on the channel probably tomorrow, as we are going to spin a little bit of it, talk about the differences of it and all that good stuff. But in this wheel in particular, I feel like this was probably the best wheel I ever spun. The thing about this game is that resources are key. Resources are your bottleneck. On top of course, needing speed ups and all that, but you can, speed ups is something that you can just let it go and time does its thing. But resources, so long as you don't have the resources, you can't start the clock on the timer. And so in these wheels, what I tend to search for is not necessarily only blueprints, which is exactly what this wheel is technically meant for. But as long as we're hitting resources, we're hitting almost the highest tiles available for each resource. Speed up tiles are okay, but we don't necessarily need speed ups more than we need resources. And I'm not going to spoil you the end of this wheel because it was a wild wheel. We're going to look at the end. We're going to upgrade our Oddyseus if we manage to upgrade it. In the meantime, there was an update about the flagships and all that good stuff. So we will be upgrading it. They've made an update, which this video is also coming out in this coming week. We have a couple of update videos coming up this week from the past few weeks of things that I kind of needed more time to figure out a little bit better. They changed the ranking of the cost and the ranking of flagships. So the 542 out of 650 that you saw is going to be very different when we go and upgrade this. But nonetheless, the blueprints we picked up were still ginormous. We're spinning 180 full spins, a full wheel, which is the best, all the rewards you can get. There are ways you can spin even more than that, but we aren't going to go that far, 183 to be exact. And we keep hitting resources. We keep hitting resources big time. One of the most unthought of resource is actually nickel, because titanium and deuterium are are like the easier ones to get, the highest quantities to get, the fastest ones to get, the ones that when you're getting tech going, you're going to be able to get your gathering of titanium and deuterium very, very quickly up there. Now, nickel and plasma are on different stages. And nickel is that middle child between the deuterium, titanium, and the infamous plasma. And so to pick up plasma out of this is, of course, a blessing. But in this particular wheel, we picked up a substantial amount of nickel, which you don't think of until all of a sudden you run out of it. So I was very pleased. I can spoil that to you that we picked up a whopping 19 tiles, which is the equivalent to 3.8 million nickel in this wheel alone. So as the video will progress, I'm going to give you some other stats of things that we have gotten, including very wild towards the end. You don't want to miss it. Couple of spins, but I'm not going to spoil it. But there's the 20 right there for you. And man, those 20s are key. If we pick up 4 blueprints, I'm happy. 20 blueprints, I'm even happier. It's like having 5 spins in one. But even the resources are a good thing. On top of that, you have the gold chests with the gold chest equipment stuff, which is extremely useful as well. You have the 2K XP and flagship XP and the 48 and 480 crew XP that are also very nice. I can tell you that in this wheel, we picked up a decent amount of 2K flagship XP, which we picked up 2 right there. A total of 8 times landed on that tile for a whopping, apologies, 16,000 XP to our flagships, which we have yet to use because as the Nebula versus Nebula event is going to come out, we are straight up going to get a big push of everything. We will more than likely do it either on stream or on a video where we get that extra bump. We set up all of our flagships. We level them up as much as we can. We set everything up. We get more equipment, more gear on because we have tons of gear chests to go. So look forward for that as well coming in the next, hopefully, few days. And looking forward already for the first Nebula versus Nebula type of event, which is going to be an Alliance versus Alliance 1v1 situation. Not exactly what we thought, not a full Nebula thing. We, in the Galactic Geckos, tried to build multi-alliances. We have GGS and GG4, among others that are under our management. But those two alliances are really, we tried to maintain them as two primary alliances, one having to be the bigger one than the other one. But the other one, I mean, GG4 has been doing tremendous work and growth and everything. And so for us, reaching the point where Nebula versus Nebula is one alliance versus one alliance kind of caused a scenario where now we're going to have to figure out how we get a decent merge between these two so the Galactic Geckos show up with as much force as we can. But at the same time, we don't leave some players behind because they just can't fit in our alliance. Luckily, at least we are the biggest alliance in terms of capacity in the Nebula. And the stronger or the bigger one in general in our Nebula. And so we're really looking forward for that. As you can see, we keep landing on that nickel like crazy. Speaking of the spin of nickel and titaniums, you see a 3 titanium hit right there. We landed on titanium 24 times for 24 million titanium, which is just fantastic. Converting your corium into these resources, which are super, super needed, is really good because the majority of money you will be spending in this game is on resources than anything else. So when you can convert corium into resources and good resources for fairly cheap corium, it's a definite W right there. A little bit more stats on the resources we hit. As we mentioned to you, we hit the nickel 19 times, but we also hit deuterium about 10 times for a 10 million deuterium bank. So that's very nice. Another 4 blueprint hits. Speaking of 4 blueprint hits, we also hit that a stupid amount of time. We hit it 32 times. 32 times we landed on the 4 out of 184 spins, which is really, really, really crazy. On top of that, plasma, we landed on about 14 times for 1.4 million plasma into the bank. And finally, I believe we are gonna. Well, I may have missed it, but we had a crazy spin or a set of spins, and we ended up hitting a total of 8 times the 20 tile. 8 times the 20 tile. It was just wild. It was just wild. And the amount of blueprint fragments we ended up with was really, really dumb. Remember, we started at 542. You're going to see in a little bit as we go back into the game in a second. We're currently spectating this, and you can see hands off, but we're going to get into the game in a moment. And then I'm going to show you guys where we ended up in terms of the Odysseus. And of course, we're going to level it up, baby. And so as we finish up our spins, a nice little nope, we got some speed ups at the very end. And so at 183, remember, we also have the chests to pick up, which is going to give us a huge amount of blueprint fragments. At the end, I believe it's like 50 or 60 blueprint fragments for the bigger ones, or even 90. Apologies, the last one is 90. So we're at 35 out of just extra from spinning the wheel. Add another 40 to that bank, and then from here, I believe it's like 70, and then 90 at the very end to close this off on a wheel. And it was so good that I had to spin again, and look at what happened. Look at what happened. You wouldn't even believe it. We hit the 20 once, and if I'm not mistaken, this was the wild spin. I might be wrong, but there was a moment where we hit that 20 a couple times, and I was just ecstatic. This was not it, but hey, one more 5 spin, and we hit the 20 and 2 4s. Heck, I'll take it. Let's get back into the game and show you where we stand. All right, well, back into the game we are, and it is time to look at our Oddyseus and see where we landed. As you can see, we definitely can level it up, and look at that. 926. Now, what I did not tell you is that I wanted to test a little bit of what's going on in here. So I may have leveled it up once or twice. We ended up with over 600 over 600 blueprints out of this wheel, which was actually completely entirely bonkers. It's not unheard of. We have seen it in the past. We have gotten numbers like this in the past, but this is after I ranked it up. I believe I used it twice. So I used 300 blueprints. So we were at 1226 when we finished spinning. As you can see, we have the stats left in here. We just got major numbers, and we are about to hit form 2, and so let's use our blueprints. It's time to get those modifies. No need for resources anymore. Just them beautiful blueprint fragments. We're getting to 8.3, and here we go. Flagship outfitting, and we're about to unlock major numbers right here. Bam! Second form. Oddyseus unlocked, baby, and it's dope. It looks beautiful. Look at that flagship. I love that Infinite Galaxy did this. The more you level up your flagships, at some point you can reach second form. We're also second form on our Cyclops right now, and we're working on getting our Artemis right there. We are very close to it, and it looks sick. All of these flagships have like second levels, which are unbelievable. Even our Titan has a little bit of a upgradable. Look at that sick thing. And so let's keep leveling up our Odysseus really quickly. See how far we can get it at second form, 200 per part. What they did in the previous update is that they divided the upgrading of a flagship into rank and sub rank. And as you can see, the higher you go with your sub rank, you're going to have something that's going to increase. The idea behind this is instead of the skill only increasing when you have a huge amount of blueprint fragments, you can now, for every 200, instead of the 700 and something that you would need to level this up, you're going to get to level up your skills. As you can see right there, we're getting some very high levels, and they've leveled up everything. Now they have level 12 and plus all their different flagship skills. They added a brand new skill to a bunch of flagships. So we're just gonna one more time give it another modify for a 9.2 rank. And that's where we stand right now. Now, the current wheel that is going on is a little bit of a different wheel. We got a nice little bundle to potentially take care of, but it's a different wheel. It has a completely different flagship in it, and we are going, of course, to spin this wheel. This one we will not be spinning to 180 because I'm not so sure about whether the Poseidon is something I want to invest in just yet. But there is a slight chance change in this video, in this wheel, as you can already see. And we're going to show it to you guys in tomorrow's video. Appreciate it. If you drop a like on this video, subscribe down below, and I will see you tomorrow for another Infinite Galaxy video. Take care and have a good one. Peace.